y'all. I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages, okay? Like and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is greatly loved and appreciated, okay? God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, all beings of light, only with the best interests of me and the collective at heart, you're welcome into this reading. Please give the Piscean Seer Collective the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? Popped right out. A different kind of love popped out, okay, with rose quartz and anchor in with hematite. Hematite, where's the book? In the summer. I don't know where I put. Oh, that's right. Love me do. I love you. And no one else but you. Okay, so it says, love, rose quartz teaches, is the ability to transcend yourself and merge with another person or plant or stone, an animal or the sky above, the dirt beneath your feet, a volcano, the endless roll of the ocean are all one, okay? Rose quartz knows that you can soften your edges till you blend and blur, weaving yourself into the web of the world, healing the bits of you that life has broken. Blend and blur, and then come back to selfness. You are, and you are we, okay? Rose quartz whispers, allow moments of rose quartz style love to infuse your awareness of your singular reality, okay? So maybe you could be having a bit of an issue embracing the whole oneness thing, but oneness is really important to understand and embrace, okay? Because it really helps you to not only heal, your issues of the past, but it gives you a better understanding of, other people. It really does. And, the way that your connection with them, really, the way that your connection with them and the way that what you put out comes right back to you, like whatever you put out, that's what comes right back, because you're connected to whoever you, like if you do some bullshit, you know what I mean? Whoever you did that bullshit to is connected to you. So it's very easy for karma to find you, okay? And, spirit, God, he keeps a record of everything, ain't nothing that goes on that spirit is not aware of, okay? So this. So we got transformation, okay? So maybe this is a big part of your transformation that you're going through right now, okay? And we got grow. Are those geckos? I think that is a gecko. But also, the gecko is giving this real like yin and yang type of thing. But also, it's kind of like a cycle, like the tail is cut on the white one, okay? The tail is cut, and then it has like this little 3 swirl thing, okay? I can't really think of. Let me tell you. Look at, but that that same swirl that's on that card is on the back of this deck, okay? But there's one with the swirls on it. Let me see, what does it say? Show yourself, card. Okay, so the sacred 3, okay, it says seeing in all directions, okay? Sometimes, you got to cut that tail and be imbalanced for a while, you know what I'm saying, before you grow that tail back. But it's like by the time you grow that little piece of you back, you know what I mean, or heal something in you, you have, all of this new knowledge and all of these different things, and all of these different steps. And, you've learned all of these different things, like wisdom of the heart is under that, okay? Okay, but let me look in this book. And it says memory, okay? Memory, wisdom, play, and mystery, and sacred. Look, and they're just like flipped over. Maybe this is like this one. This one's flipped over, okay? The rest. So maybe You could need to get some rest, okay? But it doesn't have to be like physically, even though that card does talk about physical rest. I just had me do like a whole reading that was just like rest. Okay. But your mind could need rest too, I'm hearing like be still, sometimes you just have to still the mind, okay? I'm looking for the damn butterfly, okay? Okay, so this card represents change and transition. Butterflies have long been associated with transformation due to their elegant transition from caterpillar to butterfly. This card may symbolize a physical transformation. However, the butterfly's association throughout myth and lore with the soul might indicate a deeper, more intrinsic change. Okay. Many cultures represent the butterfly as a vessel for a traveling soul for good or ill omen. Okay. The presence of the butterfly in your reading may indicate a choice or transformation after a period of soul searching and the rebirth of the soul with new purpose, form, or meaning. In the Sierra Madre Hills, Mexico, the migration of monarch butterflies has taken place around the time of Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, okay? Since pre-Hispanic times, many people associate the butterflies with the souls of loved ones returning to families and friends for the celebrations. This card could be seen as a comfort for those who have lost someone. If you believe in an afterlife or rebirth, it is a reminder that those loved ones continue. If you do not, it is a sign of their energy being released into the universe and passing into nature, okay? You could be an air sign, but you don't have to be, okay? Now let me see. No, I suggest like let me see. It's the number one champion sign. Estelle, we about to get there. Oh, they're salamanders, okay. So it says this card represents growth from destruction, okay, like a sapling growing out of the ashes of a wildfire. Despite being an amphibious creature, the salamander has long been associated with the element of fire in myths and lore spanning back to ancient Greece. The origin of this connection is often dissipated, with some believing it may stem from salamanders who hibernated in rotting logs, only to burst forth when the logs were taken indoors and burned. This gave the illusion that these creatures were born from flame. Interesting. Okay. It says, while they are in fact cold blooded and contrary to old wives' tales, not flame retardant, this association with heat and fire has persisted. Salamanders, like some reptiles, are capable of regrowing certain limbs after an accident. The salamander card may signify hope and recovery after a difficult time, while the symbol of fire can be one of warmth of the home and the light in the darkness. The type of growth that the salamander card invokes is regrowth from a period of difficulty and tumultuous upheaval of traumatic experience. But that's kind of what I was saying, you know what I mean? Like, you lose a tail, you lose a piece of you, and you go through all of these, you went through all of these trials and tribulations, that you lost the tail in, but you come out, better for it, you come out in a more anchored in type of place, and spirit's just saying, don't let those experience and hard times and, so-called bad times get in the way of you seeing the beauty that is life, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, those things were just lessons and it's nothing, you know what I mean? You healed over and grew that part of you back and it grew back better, you know what I'm saying? So I'm liking this American boy. That was a terrible shuffle. Yeah. Okay, so we got Mercury, okay, with mind and speech, okay. So like I did say, take the time to rest your mind right now, and watch how you talk to people, the energy out here in these streets, it's got people a little bit it can have people a little bit snappy, you know what I mean? But Spirit's saying, with the first house, stay in touch with yourself and your identity, and the things, stay true to the things within yourself that make you this loving being that you are, you know what I mean? You could be someone who likes to give tough love, Spirit's saying embrace giving out a different kind of love. Sometimes the most effective ways of giving love, you know what I mean, really are the ways that solve the problems, you know what I mean. That hard, aggressive, rah love typically, pushes people further away than it does, bring them in. So Spirit saying, he said, so go ahead with all that, so the hell with all that rubbish, okay? So Aquarius, okay, the visionary, okay, you could be someone, who has this big expansive vision, you know what I mean, and you see the way that you want this whole thing to go, but don't forget that you are, a co-creator. And took my mind to this memory card, don't ever forget, that you co-create, because that will put a whole halt to your shit, the minute that, you wake that ego up after it dies, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm hearing, don't restore the parts of you that got chopped off for a good reason. You know what I mean? Like in this instance, the tail that got cut off could be a part of your ego, but don't get it twisted and think that that part of your ego cannot grow back from you acting a certain type of way, or, acting in a certain type of manner. Hold the vision that you have made for yourself. You know what I mean? The mission statement that you made with your soul, that you that your head and your heart agreed on, that place that you want to go. Like, don't like push that to the side. I'm bound to you with a tie that we cannot break. Okay, so Spirit's bound to you with a tie that you cannot break. Okay, so it's like, don't ever feel like you're alone, or don't feel like you're not giving enough love. Spirit's just saying, that is the way. Don't let anybody piss you off, or bring you out of your character. This is Lilith, okay, with wild femininity. Um and the feminine energy is all about that unconditional love, right? So just let that be, the energy that you're trying to put out. Don't let nobody fucking hold you up, okay? It says Gemini, the communicative, exactly, communicate clearly and fully, what you expect from situations, and even business deals. I'm hearing, there's always somewhere you can inject some love, without injecting that combative energy. Okay, thank you, Spirit, because that slid right out there. It says the 11th house, okay, which is community and technology. Maybe even this could have something to do with your online presence. Like, just be a little bit more mindful about the way you're presenting yourself when you're doing anything, that is public, that anyone's going to see. I mean, but don't only do that in public. Do that shit in private too. Okay, and just stick with it. Because at the end of the day, that's that shit that you get blessed for. That shit that no one else sees, the things that go on between just you and Spirit behind closed doors. Okay, so don't make promises to me that you're gonna break. We only ever wanted one thing from this. It's like, don't make promises to yourself and then break them. Okay, that's really, really not healthy. We got the sun. Okay, with essence and personality. Let your true essence always be shining out of you. Don't hold yourself back in any way. And we got the Leo with the extrovert. You could be very extroverted, and you could like, in defensive times, you know what I mean, or in times where having that love would work just fine, you know what I mean. You put on this mask. Look at this at the bottom of the deck, okay, with the third house, okay, communication and interaction. You could be like masking yourself up, unintentionally. So just watch that. Just operate. Don't be afraid to operate, from, well, I kind of want to say, I'm really hearing like steer clear. Just have a balance, okay? Because this is the moon, okay? And I was gonna put it right next to the sun, okay? Maintain your balance, balance your feelings and subconscious with your essence and your personality, you know what I mean? And then that's where you find like the really authentic you. Ooh, in another time. And then we got dreams and spirit and career and success with the 10th house at the bottom of the deck. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to, dream, and to have the trust in spirit that they heard you and they felt you when you put out that vibration of the things that you're dreaming for. You know what I mean? Like have trust in your own drive and power to push you forward in your career and in your success, like how you want to be pushed forward. Okay. It says she's a real live liar. What's she talking about? I think I love her. Yeah, 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 yeah. So don't come back looking for me. No, you don't. How they come looking for you? I just want to be here. I just want to taste your chapstick, is what he gonna start saying. Somebody want to taste your chapstick for real. But it says youthful champion, okay, son of light or daughter of light, that's what you are, at the end of the day. So spirit's saying, be fearless when you do come up against conflict and just know that, your power lies in the balance of your responses, okay? Your power lies in the balance of your responses to situations and people and things, you know what I mean? And how did you act in this moment, you know what I mean? Because you should be staying in this moment as much as possible. It says shape shifting, you like it said, you're in transformation, you're growing, you're shape shifting into like this whole new being, and it sounds like, so big, and like, if you think about like like a werewolf transforming, it seems like, like just so much, and yeah, at first, the whole spiritual journey thing can seem as painful as, a werewolf changing for the first time, but spirit's saying, it's all for a good reason, okay? You've already like done the shifting. Now they need you to, settle in and recalibrate and get used to that energy and train yourself to put out more of an energy of love, because at first it's hard. At first it's hard, and you still will cuss a bitch out. I'll cuss a bitch out right now, you know what I mean? But it's gonna take a lot more, you know what I mean, for me to get to that point. But I mean it kind of always has, like it just really depends on what happened, what was the situation, okay? But anyways, okay, the hidden world of fairies, the fairies got your back, okay? You could have lots of fairy guides, okay? I'm only hearing like Ireland. You could be from Ireland, okay? Or have like a lot of Irish, in you. Wild nature again, okay? So maybe you need to just get wild, I mean? People act like, like because the transformation is hard, that it can't be fun here and there too, okay? You're supposed to enjoy the shit too, okay? That's what life is here for. It's here to be enjoyed, okay? So you should be able to enjoy your life and yourself, and not have to feel like, you're doing something wrong, like, no offense to Christians or anybody, but when I was really, into my Christian, just only Christian faith, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, you can't do shit, you know what I mean? Like everything you do, it's wrong, and it wasn't until I opened up to this, where the spiritual and universal laws came into it, and it really makes you gain a whole better understanding, of the Bible and what it even really is talking about. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I got into this that I started to even understand the religion that, I came into all of this information from, So even that is a part of my growth, So And at the end of the day, I still worship that one and only true creator God, through all of it. So it's amazing. Okay, look, the divining rod. And I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to get from that. Okay. So So it says the presence of the hazel tree provides practical guidance and direction in life's commonplace concerns because the hazel tree encourages serenity and quietude. Now may be an especially auspicious time for taking a vacation alone or simply relaxing at home. Stargazing and activity will not help, for the hazel brings clarity by encouraging you to seek the inner meaning of events. Okay. um yeah, of events, relations, and situations. Okay, looking at the surface of events will not help. Instead, seek inner meanings and growth patterns that are not apparent on the surface of things, right? And that's exactly why it's important, to like, keep your wits about you and deal with things the way you got retrained to deal with things, because that's all. I mean, I don't even want to say retrained, because I don't even like the sound of it, but that's really what spirit is doing us, they're retraining us to the way that we already were before we got programmed, okay? So it says, looking at the surface of events will not help. Instead, seek inner meanings and growth patterns that are not apparent on the surface of things. Since the hazel tree's signals are often found in the natural world, you might look for guidance from the actions of the birds or other creatures around you, as did Celtic hermits of ancient times. For example, the sudden appearance of certain animals and habits their habits, okay? I was going to say habitats, okay? Of their habits and qualities may direct you to aspects of your nature important to your personal development now. Seek quietude, then wait, watch, and listen, okay? So wait, watch, and listen, okay? And say goodbye to anything that, you feel doesn't fit into your story or your narrative anymore, you're in charge, you're just totally in charge. Sensuality, also take the time, to really enjoy everything in the moment. I mean, what you're eating, what you're, learning, everything, like don't be afraid to like really immerse yourself in like how awesome and amazing everything is, okay? Because everything really is awesome and amazing, but it just, you have to be looking through the lens of love to see that, okay? Spirit saying spiritually cleansing and healing, okay, should be respected, and done on a regular basis, and just as much knowledge and wisdom as you can with the alligator. But that's kind of what I was talking about. It says armadillo, okay, practice personal protection and to a degree a modicum of selfishness, don't be afraid to, how the armadillo, rolls up in that little ball, and goes within himself, don't be afraid to do that if, when that needs to be done, that is what gives you the ability to adapt to anything, knowing when to be all action and when to just steal and rest, like I said, that balance, keep that balance. Scary watching it wearing off of me so fast. Last night it was fresh. She asked me come back, and then I said no problem. I sent my location. She hit me 4 times. I was in the whip before I knew it. Maybe you need to date. Maybe dating would be really great to you too, because that's the vibe I'm getting from this. But this song is called Double Negative. He says, maybe if so, I told her maybe if you feel out of place, it's because you are. It's like if you're feeling out of place, it's just because, you're kind of way ahead of people that you're around, but Spirit's saying, meet them with love because they haven't made the growth that you've made yet, okay? We got the starfish, okay? It says celestial symbols. Cure yourself over time and fill up the void with something better, be creative, like distract yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, for some of you, it says the hero who brings sun to the cool earth. It says family is priority right now. You know what I mean? You could be I don't know. Like maybe you just need to spend a little more time with your family. You know, you could be a parent that's really close to your kids, or you would like to be. You know, you can make changes to all the areas. You know, you can always change things for the better. You know, that's always gonna bring good fortune. Okay, with the rabbit. You know, even if it doesn't quite work, then if it doesn't work, you know, then just release it, because you know rejection is God's protection. But you know, it doesn't hurt to try. Okay. It says good fortune, self-improvement, sensitivity, gentleness, and haste. Okay. It says lone wolf. Okay. You're a lone wolf. You're giving the lone wolf energy right now, and I get it. You know, because it takes that lone wolf energy to break off from the status quo in the first place, you know. But Spirit's saying you're free, you know, it's okay to trust your instincts and trust your own path that you're walking down, you know what I mean? And the more that you trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust God, and trust the path you're walking, you know what I mean, the easier it is for you to see those next lessons and those tips when it comes to your career and your success in your life in general, okay? It says, have the courage to evolve and the ability to be open minded. Trust your instincts, protect your faith, okay? Strength and confidence to stand against adversity, you know? Your faith is the very thing that gives you, look, the strength at the bottom of the deck, okay? It gives you the strength and confidence, you know, um, to stand against adversity, you know? So just don't, I put the deck on the devil, okay? We got the Two of Wands, okay, which kind of really lets me know, you know, you don't really have any problems making choices right now, you know, so it should be easy for you to make the choice to, you know, come into things with a more calmer type of energy. You know, you're not the Page of Cups anymore. I mean, the Page of Cups talks about, you know, good news coming in. So this lets me know, you know, that you already got this, you know, you already gonna master this shit. But also, you know, the Page of Cups talks about your intuition, and the Page of Cups can also, well, in reverse, you know, it is about like an immature type of person, you know. But Spirit's just saying, you know, stand in your truth, you know, and expect the new beginnings that you already know are coming, okay? Because you're the magician, you know what I mean? It's like, also Spirit's trying to, you know, Spirit likes to surprise you, you know what I mean? And it says good or bad, you know, good or bad, Spirit will surprise you with some shit, you know. But it always comes out to a better situation, you know what I mean, after the surprise, be it good or bad, you know, it always works itself out, you know. At least that's what happens, you know. In my reality, it might seem like super fucked up in the moment, you know, but then later on it's like, whoo, I'm so glad. Like, yes, I'm so glad that that shitty thing happened, you know, because it saves me a bunch of grief, you know. It would have been so much more bullshit I would have had to put up in certain situations if something shitty didn't happen, you know. So this is the Three of Wands, you know. You could be, I feel like, you know, because it says travel over land, you know, it does talk about traveling, but I feel like, you know, we're talking about more of a spiritual type of traveling, you know what I mean? You might not have specifically went anywhere, but you went down this whole road to achieve this certain type of balance, you know what I mean? You rested when you needed to rest. You know what it feels like to be left out in the cold, you know what I mean? And you've been nothing but like soft and gentle and motherly to everyone who's come around, you know what I mean? You are a happy home, you know. And you know, when people stab you in the back, you know, they run into these towers. You always fucking win, okay? You will always win. Even though it's not like a race or a competition or anything, you will always win because you know you're the money, okay? It's promised to you to have all of these amazing things, you know? And so, I guess the outcome would be to just go ahead and embrace this energy of love and give yourself time. You know what I mean? You could still be getting like road rage and things like that. You know, it's a growing process to learn how to breathe through traffic, honey. Once you can stop getting pissed off in traffic, you haven't done it, okay? So just keep on going, okay? You're doing good. Let me get one more for the outcome of this situation, Spirit. Well, I want to. Okay, okay, look. The Nine of Pentacles, okay? Look, peace of mind and contentment. Like, isn't that all we ever need and want in life? With that, I'm gonna leave that right there, you know. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, and I will see you later.